the hill they come again. Let's just jump on board with HFO then. He's right on Steph's case once more. Steph weaving all over the place. HFO goes to the outside of the net circle. We'll have the inside. Final turn 21. He's going to get the job done before the breaker zone. Yes, he does. The roof of HFO takes that 4th place.
What do you do when you've done it all?
Relo holding off El Malo on the front then with PNK in very short succession, but that's HFO running wide, and that has allowed Franco-Throws to go through. Oh, and he's just manages to get back onto the inside, back onto the apex. 4 turn 5, keeping Steph at bay. Steph's going to get a few places.
You be you and I'll be me, it's just a matter of style. You can't fake it, mile after mile, feeling free. If you got the soul, you can make it. Move 'em out, let 'em roll, from sea to shining sea. Ball, cannonball. What do you do when the mountain is there?
El Malo, I think, trying to get to the bid. Yes, it is. Still side by side with the Z4. They're coming through. They're coming through the field match again. Oh, and Danji's gone off. That gives second place to El Malo. So look at this side by side again around Toza.
Cannonball, 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 cannonball. It's not what you do, it's how you do. Be anything you wanna be. It's not what you got, it's how you use it. You be you and I'll be me, it's just a matter of style. You can't fake it.
Let's get through it. And is now getting past his own full Danji. And that is Reload this with him as well. Will Danji lose that position from McLaren? Not quite. This time, Franco manages to get that Aston slowed down. He's come through Trigado, through Tamburello. And that's Danji struggling. Oh no! There we go. Danji did not get a good exit from Tamburello, and the McLaren's run past him.
Yes, indeed. Good after morning, ladies and gentlemen, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, brothers, and sisters. This is the Apex Online Racing GT3 Pro League Season 6, Round 7 here at Brands Hatch. My name is King-Kodiak, and I will be your commentator for this evening's race. We are just over 5 minutes into the qualifying session. You can hear it in the background. This is a night race, no less. Let me just mute the game for a moment, just so that you can hear me. Right, so before we go any further, let's show you the championship standings then, where we currently are. If I just bring these up and do that, there we are then. So Relo with his second position last time out at the Nordschleife gets himself up into the championship lead, with Franco Droz now in second position. El Malo demoted to third place after not being able to take part in the German round. Hello gentlemen, good to see you on the stream. Hello, hello, hello. So the PNK with that win elevates himself up to sixth position. Brax dropping down to fifth after failing to finish last time out. Damchi with a great fourth place finish gets up to fourth. And the rest of the positions, as you see, are the climbers. Sub Conan and Morvik have climbed up position. Wandy with another 4 points finish gets up the board as well. Let's get on with the show then, shall we? Well, we've got haven't even got my overlays. That is terrible. However, I need to change that. Not round 6. Nordschleife, it's round 7. Brands Hatch. Can't even type that right. Brands Hatch. Digital. Right, there we go. Just a little bit more in the middle. There we go. And let's get on with the show then. Volume back on. And let's go. Let's see who is where. Let's see what we have got. Danchi currently in the pole slot. Can't hear me too well because the game's too loud. Well, I did turn the volume down whilst doing that bit. Oh, I see. You didn't get a time to say. Oh, reload within the McLaren 123.274. Now, this is going to be interesting to commentate on because, as you can see, it is a night race, as already mentioned. The reload's coming out for another go there. Second, Danchi in the Z4. 123.562. Coming around. Yes, left the driver line on. I know. Al Nano. He's lost the lame horse tag this time. In his McLaren, 123.790. 1D. Great qualifying effort in the Z4. 124.085. Franco Droz, Aston Martin. No, yeah, of course not, Andrex, of course not. Franco Droz, currently 5th. Oops. A little bit of a wiggle there after the 30 turn. Now there are only 9 turns in this particular circuit. Very, very short. And Franco Droz just comes across the line. Where does he finish that lap? He still remains in 5th position there. Steph. Z4. I would imagine, and Andrex, you can correct me in this, that the Z4 is going to be a little bit more effective here at this more point and squirt circuit. Steph's in 7th, and Groby has just jumped up to 5th position in the Aston, so he's just usurped his teammate. Al Nano jumps up to 2nd position. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Just as he does that, he gets demoted back down to 3rd and was in the wall. Down to 122.670. Good lord. What a time. And that's a very knackered Z4 we see in the background of the shot there. Rito, just gets cut off by his teammate there coming out of the pits. And then coming back out again. Wanding, still 4th. Just demoted to 5th then as Team Autism. Okay. Wasn't expecting that, but that's Morvic. Jumping up to 4th place then. As that was someone on the side of the road. Wandy, Groby, Franco Droz, Steph, Monster Lobster in 9th position with a 125.0. So he's just coming onto the Cooper Straight. Round 30s. Pilgrim's Drop. Long Hawthorne Hill. Oops, sound like someone hit the ball there. Hawthorne Bend. Along the Derek Miller Straight. Along the Dingledale, which is this part. Now, what used to be called Dingledale Turn when it was a chicane is now renamed Sheen Curve. Sterling Bend here. Along to Clearways. Not going for the Aston or the SLS. No, I can imagine not. Clark Curve. And on to the line. Does Mobster Lobster improve from 9th position with 4 minutes to go? He does. Up 1 position to 8th with a 124.3, usurping Steph. Phantom Hamster. Oh, that's a very heavily battered McLaren. There's a flash there from El Nano. And jumping up to 7th is last week's race winner, PNK. Again, in one of the army of Z4s we have in this league. 124.2. Makes me nervous actually to come out, because I know what I'm capable of, and it isn't anywhere near there. And the Mamster. Subconan. Now, Subconan in the Mercedes. Oh dear, that's too wide. Where is that? Where is he? Where is he? Oh, he's down there. Just coming up to Sheen Curve. It's that one. Down to Sterling. There's an Audi I can hear. Arak in his McLaren, currently 13th, 126.1. BB Pino in his roof. 126.4. 14th position. Does he improve? Less than 3 minutes to go then. Does he improve? He does not as yet. Pimp. Whoops. Going for an off-road excursion in the Mercedes. Only 15th on a 132. Yet to improve. Morvik again. He was up in 4th last time I looked at him, so he must have reconnected, as he has lost his qualifying position. Me and Neptune. Neptune just coming across the line. Where does he come? 11th with a 124.6. Just usurping Phantom Hamster then. And that is Morvik already ahead of him. Where's our pole man? Danchi, he's in the pits. That is his day done. Reload. 123.2. What's the gap between the... What is the gap in the lap times? It is 6 tenths. Around a track like this, that's quite a considerable gap to try and overcome. Reload just coming over the line. Does he improve? He does ever so slightly, but remains in second position. He just has time, if he has the fuel, to complete this lap. He's 123.0 now. Oh, but he calls it a day. Oh, no. Just coming around Graham Hill Bend. On Keeper Straight. It's quite a wide, that's a dangerous, dangerously wide line into Surtees. If you challenge the grass, it can bite you. Pilgrim's Drop. Hawthorne. Oh, someone else has just hit the wall, we heard. Oh, Morvik's jumped up to 4th again. He's resumed his 4th position. And that is called it a day. Does Onano improve as he has come through Sheen Curve? Sterling. Now, I have had a practice of this track in the daylight, but I haven't tried it at night time. That's a Z4 we can hear. Parked up, there it is. I think that's Neptune actually is in the wall. El Nano crosses the line. Does he improve? He doesn't. El Nano will not be polling at this time. It's Janchi that has got the pole then. Is anyone actually still on circuit? Somebody is. Oops. El Nano with a choice word there. And there is your starting lineup. Janchi in the Z4 held the pole by 4 tenths over Relo in the McLaren. El Nano, 3rd position. Morvik for Franco Dro's 5 in the lead. Aston 1D6, Groby 7, PNK 8, last week's race winner, 1.6 down. And I didn't get a chance to read them all. Right. Let's have a giggle, shall we? Now, I know what time I managed to do, but I only managed to do it once in practice. And my pedals aren't working. That's not good. that's not a good start. That's because they become unplugged. So let's get that sorted out. Oh, let's not start disturbing anybody. Come on, pedals. Aha, there's life. It lives. Oh dear, I've gone way too deep into Druids. Come on, get into a rhythm. Someone coming up behind me. Is that a roof behind me? Oh, it's El Nano. El Nano and his McLaren. Oh, I put the power on too early. That's going to kick me too wide. El Nano right up my boot. Oops, too wide, too wide, too wide. Let El Nano go. Ah! Didn't actually mean to nudge El Nano, sorry sir. Go on. Oh, he's going to wait for me. Oh, okay. Now, I'm never very good at turn number 1. To Druids. Took way too much curb on the inside. Oh, no, that's a very nasty curve there. Ah, and I've gone off. It's because I'm focusing on the fact there's El Nano right up my boot. I should really be ignoring him. He's still there. El Nano's chasing me. Morvix has just gone past. I'm going to try and ignore the fact that El Nano's there. Better. Oops. Didn't mean to go down to second there. Hello, Franco Rose. Good luck in the race, sir. Still haven't got the hang of that first turn. Using the power, it's very easy to get the power on too early through Druids. Graham Hill. On to Surtees. Again, the line through here is very, very important because you can lose a lot of pace. You get Surtees wrong. All the way along here, Pilgrim's Drop. Up Hawthorne Hill, Hawthorne Bend. I swear El Nano's determined to push me. Sheen. Oops. Sterling. Went down to second again. I shouldn't have done. I'm gonna run out of time. Yeah, run out of time before I get anywhere near the end, unfortunately. And off into the sand. Yep. 125. I managed. I did manage a 125.0. I practiced, but I only managed it once. It was a bit of a one-hit wonder, but I was regularly in the 126s. If I'd ignored the fact that El Nano was there, I would have done a bit better there. But never mind. 17 runners here today. And of course, the rolling start. Just keeping an eye out to see if anybody is weaving around any ghost cars. Everybody appears to be moving off in an orderly fashion. No one was weaving around. As I will pull off then and assume my usual position. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. In the commentary box, up to the front then as Danchi leads the field through Surtees. My steering wheel out of the way. It has served its purpose. The stream is just going to pause for a brief moment. Apologies there. And service has been resumed. Reload. El Nano. Camera's pointing the wrong way. Camera's still pointing the wrong way. There we go. Morvik. It should be forming up soon. The lap is so short that they will be forming up very, very soon. Just need to make one last adjustment. There we go. Oh, that caused the game to stutter slightly. There we go. So it looks like we are about ready to form our 2v2 line along just after Stirling's Bend. Long clearways. There we go. Look, what a magnificent sight that is. The whole GT3 field here at night. So then it's up to Janchi on the start-finish straight to floor it to signify the beginning of the race. In the field, hanging. Oh, that's Rilo getting a little bit carried away there. And away goes Janchi, and we are racing here at Brands Hatch. It looks like El Nano's had a great start. Rilo had to back out of it completely. Oh, look at that. That's on Aston. Getting run in there. That's Frankadros trying to get it down to third position. Oh, we've got impact. It sounds like Morvik's down to fifth position. Oh, there's Pino in trouble. DB Pino's fallen through the field in the roof. Back on the front there, Frankadros has just been demoted down to fourth position. Rilo regained third. Oh, there's overtakes going on all over the field. Oh, that's Frankadros running slightly too wide. That's allowed Morvik to come back up into fourth position before Sterling. Before Surtees, rather. Frankadros, Groby, sixth position. It's difficult to tell which car is which. This is just a blur of light. PNK, there's no on-track, unlike Monza that we had in the dark last year, there's no on-track lighting except for the start-finish race, so it's difficult to tell who's who. PNK, and that is HFO just running a little bit wide. That's allowed Wandy through. Wandy's gained 8th position. Whoops, getting a little bit squirrely there. Back up the front then, let's see what Danchi's already getting a lead over El Nano. El Nano's climbed his way to second, but Danchi in the Z4 is getting a lovely lead at the moment then. Oh, Wandy's fallen through the field. Wandy's in trouble. Wandy's falling through the field then. Where is he? Can't find him. Can't find him in the dark. There he is. He's down to 14th. Danchi then completes the first racing lap. Then as El Nano starts the first racing lap. El Nano 2. Relo 3 with Morvik in very, very close succession. They come around Paddock Hill Bend. Frankadros holding on to that fifth position ahead of his teammate Groby. Groby still has last week's race winner PNK for company. Wandy, Subconan and Neptune all swapping positions. Around Graham Hill Bend they come. They start to settle into a rhythm. PNK, HFO in 8th position then. Arak, Phantom Hamster. Oh, that's an inside look by Steph then trying to make his way back into the field. Side by side through Surtees. Phantom Hamster's hanging on to that one. And maintains that 10th position. But, oh, and pushes Steph off the track. That's Wandy's also in there. Oh, that could be nasty. Oh, goodness me. That was Steph, I believe. Oh, no, it was Wandy, actually. That was Wandy's going for a Wanda. In 11th, Neptune 12. Subconan keeping the pressure on Neptune in 13th place. Steph is there, 14th. Oh, and that's the Mercedes of Wandy. He's had another coming together. He is stuck. Monster Lobs is right away down there. 25 seconds or so down. Has he pitted already? And Wandy's stuck. Wandy is stuck. Oh dear, oh dear. Pink is also a very long way down the field. And Wandy's going again. Arak's losing positions. Why is Arak losing positions? Not entirely sure. Back up at the front then, Danchi leads the way. 1.5 seconds or at least 2 seconds now in the lead then. You can see the gap between himself and El Nano in that second position. McLaren spreading out then. This battle here in third place between Relo and Morvik. There's a bit of a train forming here behind Relo. It's difficult to tell whether there's damage on the McLaren. I'm not sure there is. But in certain shots it does actually look like there's damage on his McLaren. Morvik keeping the pressure on Frankadros and Groby. Really not far behind, considering it's not a track that's well suited to the Astons. They're doing a pretty good job hanging in there. Morvik keeping Relo in check. They come through Westfield. Dingledale towards Sheen. Morvik's biding his time to jump on board with the Z4 as they come through Sterling. You see he's not really trying to throw it up the inside, but he is biding his time, waiting for an opportunity to present himself. He comes through Clark. Did he did Morvik get a good run out of Clark? He did, but so did Rito. He's going to have a look on the inside of Paddock Hill Bend. Oh my goodness, that's very, very brave to attempt a overtake. There's no real braking zone into Paddock Hill Bend, but he continues on his way all the same. Oh, almost impact there at Druids. Whilst they're fighting that. Oh, that's what's happened to Groby. Oh, PNK. Oh, nothing has happened to him. Just PNK's overtaken him. And PNK, the Z4 has claimed the trailing Aston, claimed that 6th position. Oh, but Groby's not standing for on the inside of Surtees, side by side. Oh, and the Z4 just manages to take the position, or keep the position rather, for now. Groby is not pleased with that. Oh, he's going onto the grass through Pilgrim's Drop. But there is no way you're going to overtake like that. Back up to Morvik. Also trying the grass. Oh, he got himself a cut track penalty. Oh, goodness me. He got himself a cut track penalty at Westfield. Franco Droz is through. Can he hold off PNK? Just about. PNK's already managed to break free of Groby in the other Aston. So PNK on a bit of a charge then, trying to make his way through the field. Danchi is way up at the front. Just having a quick look at lap times. 1:23.5 for Danchi, 1:24.4 for El Nano. Goodness me, what a difference. As Morvik comes across the line, still keeping PNK behind him. They come through Paddock Hill Bend again. Down the hill, up to Druids. Keeping Franco Droz well and truly in his sights. That is 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. Or 3rd if you include Relo as well. And there's a little bit away ahead of this group. Let's have a look further down. Morvik is looking like he is reeling in the Aston Martin. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. Let's have a look further downfield. Groby, HFO in the roof, keeping pace with those ahead of him. Neptune's made his way to 9th position. Steph, after his early misadventures, is in 10th position. Arak in the McLaren, only 11th. There's Phantom Hamster, also McLaren in 12th. Mobster Lobster's closed down some of the gap that he had in front of him. It's currently 13. DB Pino, 14th position in the roof. Subconan and Pimp, both a lap down in the Mercedes. Oh, Pimp's actually retired. He's called it a day already. Goodness me. Dear oh dear, did not expect a retirement quite this early. Back up to the front then. I'm just going to shut my window. There we go. So Dante's just come through Druids. There's El Nano. El Nano's definitely losing quite a bit of time against the Z4 ahead of him. And Rido's not keeping up with El Nano either. However, that is a Subconan that's directly in front of him and well manoeuvred. He's going to have to let a lot of cars through because he's been lapped very early on in this race. 15 runners then remaining. Rido, Franco Droz, really having to defend very heavily from Morvik then. They come through Pilgrim's Drop, up Hawthorne Hill, around Hawthorne Bend. On board with Morvik then. Oh, he took quite a tight line there through Westfield. Through Dingledale. Oh, a little bit squirrely there for Franco Droz. Morvik surely wasn't considered. Oh, he's looking at the inside of Sterling's Bend. Let's switch to the outboard camera. Look at that side by side. On the way down to Clearways. That's surely. Oh, goodness me. Franco Droz backed out of it. That's given 4th position to Morvik. Brilliant stuff for the Z4. Well done on the outside of Clark. Has taken that 4th position from the Aston. Very nicely done. Brilliant. Well driven by both drivers there. Franco Droz may well have realised he didn't have the pace to keep the Z4 behind him. And rather than risk an impact, decided to let him through. But oh dear, Morvik very deep at Druids. Keeps the Aston in play though. You just see Rilo coming through the shot there. P&K's not far behind. That's Franco Droz in the middle of a Z4 sandwich then. It's 4th, 5th and 6th in that shot. Is that going to allow P&K a bit of a run at Franco Droz, I wonder? Mind you, Franco Droz is doing pretty well to try and keep in touch with Morvik at this point. We still have quite a long way to go. That is very true, Andrex. It is very difficult to pass at Brands without a mistake of some description playing a factor. Being there's very few major braking zones, into Druids possibly. Into Sterling if you're very, very brave. But Druids really is the only major braking zone that this circuit has. It's very, very short. So, God, now Morvik's getting into a rhythm. That's surely going to be his personal best. 24.1, yes it is. It's the best he's set so far. And again, if you have a look at the laps, it was 122.8 by Danchi already. Goodness me. So then Morvik now looking at the McLaren of Rilo for that 3rd position. Oh, Franco Droz, he's already been passed by P&K. Again, exactly as I said, that was Druids where that overtake happened then. Franco Droz now demoted to 6th position as P&K has elevated himself up another place. And Franco Droz valiantly trying to hang on to the back of the Z-Force, but it's going to be very, very hard press, and that's by no means a slur against Franco Droz, a very, very talented driver, particularly on the fact that he's using a pad as opposed to a wheel. It's a bit smoother than he does normally. He looks very, very twitchy under normal conditions. Oh no, there we go, just as I said that, he then twitches into Westfield. Groby, still in 7th position. Looks like he's getting a roof for company. He is indeed. So, looking at the last laps between HFO and Groby, that's 125.2, 125.0. So, HFO has closed in a little bit on the Aston ahead of him, on the last lap at least. But you can see the gap is pretty short then. There we go. That's what a second looks like here at Brands Hatch. Paddock Hill again. Very difficult corner to get right. Off camber and downhill. Up the hill then towards Druids. Oh, now Franco Droz has closed back in on P&K. P&K must have made a mistake somewhere, as he's now got that Aston again for company. P&K still having to defend now. Still having to defend now. That's a great sentence. Having to defend again at Brands Hatch against the Aston. And there we see ahead of us, that's Morvik keeping the pressure on Rilo. So we have 2 immediate battles then. Battle for 3rd and battle for 5th. And there we just lost, who was it? It was Pimp, wasn't it? Oh no, Pimp's... Who we just lost? We've just lost someone from the back of the field. We have lost a runner. I didn't see who it was, I'm afraid. 14 runners remain then. P&K keeping the pressure of Franco Droz, or handling the pressure from Franco Droz, as you say. Morvik maintaining the pressure on the McLaren ahead. Danchi and El Nano have run off into the distance. Oh, an inside look at Druids, but no. Morvik decided against that manoeuvre. Down to Graham Hill. We go on board again with Morvik, much closer to the McLaren. Put the brakes on a little early then at 30s. Up the hill then, towards Pilgrim's Drop. Hawthorne Hill. Cautiously through Westfield Bend. Oh, that's Anakin Phantom Hamster swapping positions. You've got to be very careful at that apex on the double apex at Westfield Bend, because those curves are very, very sharp. There's Sheen Down towards Sterling's. Banks, left-hander. Oh, camera's looking the wrong way. That's not Morvik. That's Morvik. Have a look on the inside of the McLaren, but no, that was going to be brave at Clark. Oh, jump on board with Morvik. Is he going to get a run down towards Paddock Hill Bend? Not going to gain speed enough on the McLaren then. Oh, Reload's on a little bit wide. Morvik thinking around inside maneuver. Druids, he's going for it. There's impact between the two. And he's allowed Reload to maintain that position. However, that's going to allow P&K to close in a little bit on the squirreling duo. P&K has broken free again. Oh, look at that! Just as I was looking further down the field, Morvik with an inside maneuver before Surtees, and he's taken that third, but can he make it stick? Yes, he can! That is third position then for Morvik. Lovely textbook maneuver, but the McLaren's having a look on the outside on through Pilgrim's Drop, heading towards Sheen. That was going to be a very brave maneuver to try and hang that around the outside of Westfield. Still side by side though. Oh my goodness me! Reload's taking the third place back again! Wow, amazing, I'm still there! Morvik's still hanging on to it! Morvik's reclaimed it, but it's not going to compromise his entrance into Sheen. It did, but he did manage to hang on to it. Wonderful stuff by both these drivers. Oh, and that's wide by Reload then. He's trying to keep the pressure on the Z4. And that's allowed Morvik to get a little bit of breathing space. Third place then to Morvik. Now, can he set about chasing the McLaren of El Nano? Let's run off into the distance to the tune of about 10.2 seconds as he crosses the line. It was interesting looking at Reload there. He took a very narrow line through Paddock Hill Bend, whereas Morvik looked to take a much wider line. Morvik then heading this train of four cars. Third, fourth, fifth and sixth then. Morvik, Reload, P&K and Fragadros. Ruby's fallen off the back of this particular pack. Yep, I've just spotted exactly that. Andrex, that's exactly where I was going to look. That's HFO close to Groby then. Oh, there's a bit battling going on further down. I'll have a look at that shortly. And that there we see that's three cars. That's 7th, 8th and 9th. Groby, HFO and Neptune in that shot. Has Monster Lobster just retired, I wonder? I will have a look at that. Actually, I'm going to have a look at that now. Has Monster Lobster retired? He has! I thought Monster Lobster was falling through the field. The Z4 of Monster Lobster is out. Oops, where were we looking? We were looking here, weren't we? There we go, camera. Well done, you got the right car. So, Aston of Groby leads Roof of HFO, leads Z4 of East Neptune for 7th, 8th and 9th. And that's Monster Lobster leading the session then. And Pimp good as well. Through Paddock Hill Bend once again. Roby maintaining quite a... Oh, he went... It looked like he went for a narrow line there into Druids, but ran a little bit wide as he was going. But HFO not able to capitalise on it in the roof. He's looking at the time. His Reload is trying to maintain that gap to Morvik, but P&K is keeping the pressure on him. So again, that gap, 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th is largely unchanged. As the battle for 8th position, 7th position rather, continues between the Aston and the Roof. Just keep an eye. Let's have a look at where our leader is. There he is, Dan Cheek, 1:22.8 is current fastest lap. That last one, 1:24.0, so keeping a rhythm going. Even that last lap was quicker than anybody else behind him. So Danchi continues to lead. El Nano crosses the line, 2nd position. And McLaren 10.5 down. 3rd place is Morvik. Has he closed in on the McLaren ahead? Very slightly. But he has broken away from the McLaren behind him. There he is, Relo. Haven't seen anybody in the pit stand yet. So, not that's a great surprise. We're not halfway through the race. P&K is not far behind. He still has the Aston of Franco Droz in fairly short succession. You can see that most people are fairly evenly spread, so they're not having to defend too hard that inside line. However, they are having to be mindful of the cars behind them, so it is concentration they do still have to allocate to those behind. There's Franco Droz maintaining that 6th position. Groby still has the roof of HFO for company, although he has managed to get away from the roof a little bit from last time we looked. And there, and those 3 cars fairly evenly spaced apart of Groby, HFO and Neptune. Let's look further down the field. Who's still with us? Steph in 10th position. He's gone away down from Neptune's. He's coming up Hawthorne Hill through Hawthorne Bend. So Steph maintaining his way. Arek in his McLaren just coming through 30s then. So he's about 25 seconds down from Steph. Phantom Hamster. That's who's that behind him? That's DB Pino in the roof. So these two are in their battle for 12th position, 12th and penultimate position on the road. And there is DB Pino in the roof. And there you can hear the Z4 of Racy Didanci roaring up behind them. So blue flags are going to be ready for the roof very, very soon. Let's have a look back at Franco Droz, and he's keeping in touch with the Z4 ahead. Let's have a glance at some lap times then. So 1:24.3, 1:25, 1:24.6, 1:24.7. Fairly consistent lap times last time around by the field. 25.3, 25.5, 25.2, 26 by HFO, 25.3, 25.8. So with the exception of Arek, Phantom and DB Pino, all pretty consistent lap times there. Those 3 had slightly slower lap times than that. Z4 Aston. Oops, Franco Droz. This is where concentration becomes a big factor, as whilst you're maintaining a rhythm, keeping the tyres in check, particularly at night, it is very easy to one brief moment, one moment loss of concentration, and that is your car in the gravel. Franco Droz keeping that pressure on P&K. He's close enough that P&K has to be mindful of it. Again, that wide line by P&K. Now, whether he intended to go that wide at Paddock Hill Bend, I don't know, but Franco Droz now right on his case. So it makes me think that P&K went too deep into Paddock Hill Bend, and Franco Droz had a great line through it, which has put him right in striking distance of the Z4. Although behind him, Groby is not far behind at all. String of cars there behind. You see that was Groby, HFO and Neptune. So this pack not particularly spread out, or not spread out by a massive amount. Pilgrim's drop once more. That was that reload that we just saw coming out of the shot. Through Sheen. I beg your pardon, that's Westfield. Now Sheen, Sterling, down towards Clearways, and Clark Curve. And again, you see the Aston taking a much tighter line through Clark Curve than the Z4 did. Let's see how they take. So now P&K went through that, went for the apex that time, so support the theory that it went too deep into Paddock Hill then last time around. Down towards Graham Hill Bend again. Again, pretty consistent performance by these two. Just look further down the field as the camera's gotten lost. There we go. Again, we look at this battle. Roof on Aston, HFO on Groby. Very, very close then. On board with the roof, but again, the Aston's got the power to gap the roof out of the corners. And the roof has the grip through the corners to close that gap in again. This battle has been pretty long. so far. But still is in the Aston's favour. But only just. Neptune still there in the background. Hasn't really closed in on these two. Either biding his time, keeping his tyres good, or is struggling to close it. Yes, indeed, Andrex, well spotted there. Morvik is on the move. Let's have a look at what his last lap was. His last lap was his best of the race. 120. It was actually, it wasn't the fastest. It was his fastest. 124.0. He has closed in quite a fair chunk on El Nano. So sub 6 seconds then separates the Z4 and the McLaren. Can't quite see on board with Morvik. No, we're not going to quite see El Nano's McLaren. I don't think in the shot. Might we see him as he comes over the top of the drop? No, I doubt it. Oh, yes, we do. We just see the McLaren climbing up Hawthorne Hill there. So now Morvik has his eyes on the prize. That's second position. Oh, now then, we've seen some changing. HFO has made a mistake. Changing in times. HFO has made a mistake somewhere. He's Neptune right on his case, and now he's fallen off the back of the Aston. Through Hawthorne. So now HFO's got to look behind him as opposed to in front of him. Let's see what the last lap times were. 125.4, 125.6. So the mistake was a post. Oh, and that didn't look like a good line for Groby. So he came through. Oh, excuse me, as he came through Sterling. Round Clark curve again. No major change then. 125.4 for Groby, 125.8 for HFO, 125.8 for Neptune as well. So again, consistency playing a part, or playing its part at this point in the race. So we look at Franco Doors again. That said, Force not gotten away from him. So, again, Franco keeping that pressure on, keeping his presence known. Oh, now a gap that is getting very, very tight. Is this one. Morvik is on. There we go. That is DB Pino. That's the back of the field that Morvik is catching up to. So that could have held down Nano up a little bit, but Morvik has definitely been pretty quick. Another 6/10 gain that last time around. 124.8 to 124.2. 125.4 for El Nano, so definitely held out that time. 124.5. So Morvik has definitely gained a fair chunk of time then. Possibly due to back markers, but also partly due to... Oh, and that's a terrible place to catch a back marker right in the middle of the Druids. But Pino doing what he can to get out of the way. I mean, you can't go sideways, so he did try his best to not hold Morvik up. I think he would have done a little bit. But to be fair, DB Pino... Oh, and that's PNK and Franco Dro swapping positions. As they were on their way... Oh, look at that! Side by side in towards Surtees. So they got side by side in Druids. And Franco Dro's got the position, but he's not going to be able to make it stick. Back underneath him, PNK comes. What a lovely swap round for these two. So they got side by side in Druids and Graham Hill Bend. Still going through Hawthorne. PNK's got it though. And Franco Droz is going to have to settle back into a rhythm, close that gap back down again, because he has lost a little bit of time due to that. And away they go once again. Oh, hello. I beg your pardon, I saw the gap suddenly dropping between El Nano and Morvik. It was due to braking zone, nothing more. However, 4.3 now separates these two. 125.6, 124.5, so 1.1 seconds to Morvik's favour that time around. That's not that's not El Nano, that's Phantom Hamster you see in the orange McLaren. Flash of the light, but there is El Nano in the white McLaren that Morvik is closing in on. Oh no! What? That is exactly what I was talking about. One moment of distraction and Morvik has overcooked it at Graham Hill Bend, and he is back away. He's lost that third position to Relo. Oh, goodness me. After some wonderful progress, he has thrown it away and is back down in fourth then, with a different McLaren ahead of him. And the DBP now coming past the camera. The battle for third restarted. The Westfield Bend, along the Dingledale. Is Relo going to fight him? Oh, Morvik is eager to get back on the job. We go back on board with Morvik. Absolutely, Andrex. He's keeping pace with the McLaren. Into Clark. Does he get a good run? He's going to the inside. Is he thinking about a move at Paddock Hill? He is gaining on the McLaren. Let's stay on board with the Z4 for now. Trying to force a mistake. You're not going to really force your way through Paddock Hill. He's going to lunge on the inside of Druids. No, Relo thought about that one and went to cover the inside line. So Relo's not prepared to relinquish third. He's going to fight for it. As the roof of BB Pino is at the top of the shop, but Relo's gone slightly too wide at the exit of Graham Hill. Oh, and again Morvik thought about an inside line at 30s, but decided against it, but Relo's one wide. Relo ran too wide and allowed the Z4 through. Neptune is indeed in 8th position. There he is. He is now chasing Groby. Where happened to Franco Rose? It's Franco Rose that's fallen through the field. Has he pitted, I wonder? 157, he must have pitted. So Franco Rose has been through the pits. And that has allowed him, East Neptune up another position. He's keeping the pressure on the other Aston. For 7th. There's HFO. In the other roof. Bruce Sterling's he's keeping the pressure on. Is he going to have a look on the inside of Clark on board with the Z4? No, he thinks better of it. Into Paddock Hill once again. Oh, now again the Z4 taking a much tighter line through that turn to stay in touch with the Aston. Fairly clean through Druids. Oh, the roof running a little bit wide. There is that AstroTurf on the outside of that curb. You really don't want to be touching it. The curb is a bit too sharp. The curbs here will bite you if you try and risk running onto them, particularly at this section of the course. Through Pilgrim's Drop, uphill Thornhill, round Hawthorne's Bend. This curb here at Westfield will kill you if you try and use it. You are playing a great game of spotter there, Andrex. Dante, our race leaders coming through Sterling. Coming through Surtees rather. 124.1, so maintaining a healthy pace at the front. El Nano is on his own. Morvik is back on the case then. 125.1 that time around. With Phantom Hamster directly ahead of him. Phantom Hamster trying to get out of the way through Druids. Nicely done. Nicely done, staying well out of the way of Morvik. As Morvik now tries to close back down on the white McLaren ahead of him, as he has broken free of Relo behind. There is Relo. Oh, that sounded like impact. Can't see anybody off the track. Oh, there's the sound glitch. Spam away, dear boy, spam away. Neptune, keeping on Groby's case. Where is Franco Joe's post-pit stop? 1:24.2. Well, he's now getting the hammer down and set his personal best of the race. That's kind of El Nano Morvic kind of pace. 1:24.2. So now Franco is getting a move on. He is going to be counting on those ahead of him going through the pits as well. Steph rather on his own. Neptune. No one else come through the pits that I've seen so far. Oh, goodness me, that was... It looked like Groby brake way too early for Paddock Hill down there. But unfortunately, Neptune got caught up in that as well. Groby defending the inside of Druids once again. Graham Hill. Neptune having a look, thinking about the inside of Surtees, and no, didn't quite have the pace of the Aston. Thinking about it though, he's keeping his presence known. The roof of HFO is not far ahead. There's actually both roofs of HFO and DB Pino that's ahead of them on the road. With HFO behind his teammate. One would hope DB Pino is not holding his teammate up. Be keeping an eye on Franco Rhodes' pace post pit stop. Neptune is on board with the Z4. Is he having a look on the inside of Clark? No, he's again thinking better of it. Ah, now that's HFO that's coming in, I think. No, it's DB Pino that came in. Wrong roof. There you can see 6th, 7th and 8th in pretty short succession. So that battle is reigniting. And could well get very juicy as time goes on. Let's check our lap times again. Morvic 1:24.6 against El Nano's 1:25.1. So again, he's beginning to close that gap down. Franco Rhodes 1:24.3. So again, he really is. He's closed down 2.3 seconds over Steph ahead of him. So Franco Rhodes really getting the shift on. He'll be trying to make up ground. Well, doing a good job of making up ground post pit stop. That's PNK we just heard coming through the shot there. Again, Neptune getting close to the back of that Aston, but not able to capitalise on a move at the moment. HFO, Roby and Neptune. Again, we see the power of the Aston keeping that gap long enough to prevent a lunge down the inside. And the Z4's advantage in the corners, closing that gap back down again. We have 15 laps remaining here at Brands Hatch. Into Druids once more. Still pretty close for these three. Although HFO looks like he's breaking away a little bit from these two. Oh, Franco Rhodes. Let's have a look at Franco Rhodes then. He is really reeling in. Steph, again, let's look at the lap times. 1:24.7 against 1:26.7. So another 2 seconds to the Aston's advantage. Again, we look at the battle up front. 1:24.8 against 1:25.3. Morvic over El Nano, but with that pace, he's not going to close the gap in time. Oops, let's get rid of that. As the gap still stands at over 10 seconds. So he's going to be relying on a mistake or a pit stop for those ahead of him. It wouldn't surprise me at this late stage whether people will bypass a pit stop. And again, the Z4 right on the Aston's case. Through Clark Curve. Still not able to do anything about it. Into Paddock Hill. Oh, the Aston's gone a little bit deep. This is Neptune's opportunity. He's looking at the inside of Druids. And no! Oh, but Groby's gone too deep. Oh, and Neptune got on the rumble strip on the inside. That's not going to help. Neptune couldn't quite get hold of that opportunity, couldn't seize that opportunity rather, to claim that 7th. On that, battle continues. Oh, Franco Joes, look now! That ahead of him is Steph. He will have to worry about Danchi that is closing in behind him, but for now, we just saw Danchi actually disappear at the top of the shot, so there's still quite a gap between Danchi and Franco Joes at the moment. But again, check the lap times 24.5, 26.9. So Franco Joes is reading Stefan hand over fist. Oh no, Morvik's in trouble! Morvik is in trouble, there he is! He's gotten out of shape between Sheen and Sterling's. He's down to 6th position. Did he get a cut track penalty? He must have. Oh, he's spun. Oh, goodness me, down in 6th position. That's a lot of time he's lost, and he's in the pits. Very, very late to be making a pit stop then. Doesn't look damaged, so it could be that he has had enough of those tyres. And in he comes in. Oh, what a run by Morvik. That was a very quick pit stop. Unless he didn't have enough fuel to get to the end of the race. Franco Joes on the back of P&K, on the back of Steph rather. Oh, the Z4 jumped out of the way of Franco Joes, and probably quite sensibly. There was the pace difference between the Aston and the Z4 at that point. Franco Joes would have nailed him. However, look at this. That's net. Oh, look at that. HFO's made a mistake somewhere, possibly with Morvik involved. That's 5, 6 and 7. Very, very close together. Oh, that's P&K in the mixture as well. Z4, Roof, Aston, Z4. So quite a double-decker Z4 sandwich then. We have a 4-car chain in pretty short succession. 12 laps to go. Hello there, Igor Monster Cat. An unusual name. Into Paddock Hill Bend then. Oh, HFO's lost a position. Oh, that's why he's gone too wide at Paddock Hill Bend, and he's now down to 7th position. Oh, Morvik and Franco Joes have swapped position then. There is Franco Joes. Oh, Morvik's in the pits again. Oh no. Oh, hello, Monster Lobster. Yeah, we saw you retire early on. That was such a shame. Morvik is in the pits again, and in there for quite a period of time. His race would appear to be largely done. What a shame for Morvik. He's had such a good run that has been brought to an end. Groby hanging on to that what is now 5th position from Neptune, as P&K has broken away from that quarrelling duo. Come on, camera, you're looking in the wrong place. Is Morvik underway again? Or is he still stuck in the pits? Yes, Morvik is underway. Neptune then keeping the pressure on the Aston still. Neptune could probably recite all the sponsors on the back of that Aston. He's been staring at the back of it for so long. Through Druids. Graham Hill. Onto the Cooper Straight. It's not very straight. It's not straight at all, really. Surtees. Neptune had a bit of a better run. I would think so, Andrew. Actually, the pit stop was fairly non-existent last time round. So, change of tyres for Morvik Z4 then. have a look at where our leaders are. Danchi with Steph. That's Steph, you hear directly ahead of him. And there is El Nano, just coming through Paddock Hill Bend. Third place is now Relo. Oh, Relo once again. I can't pronounce that. Dominontanchi. Close enough. P&K still leads. Groby and Neptune then through Druids. Z4. Aston. Z4. Is Franco Droz closing in on this pack, I wonder? Well, he is, but at 1.1 seconds, nope, he's not going to catch him in time. Relying on a mistake or pit stop again for those ahead of him for Franco Droz to make up any further time. Well, I think Groby had a bit of a wide line through Hawthorne, but it's still going. He is keeping the pressure on P&K still. P&K and Groby having been locked in the battle for a pretty long time now. Breaking away from Neptune now. So has Neptune worn his tyres out? It is highly likely. Around Clark Curve, and the Aston is falling off the back of the Z4 then. So P&K had a good run through Clark Curve, giving him that bit of breathing space. Through Paddock Hill, a bit wide for P&K there. Less than 10 laps remaining. Down the hill they come. Once they spread out a little bit, they are still in contention. They're keeping their headlights in the car. Oh, that was Neptune going a little bit deep. That Surtees there. They're keeping their headlights in the rearview mirror of the car in front, making sure their presence is still known. And in the background is HFO in his roof. It's HFO's last lap. 126.4, 126.5 for Neptune, 126.1 for Groby, 126.0 for P&K. So again, consistent. Oh! I wondered if HFO was spinning there. But nope, he's still on his way. Groby again. Oh dear, oh dear. Groby closed right in on the Z4, but I think P&K breaks a little earlier than Groby was expecting. He had to go very deep at Clark Curve to avoid an impact then. So this pack has closed back up again. Did P&K make a mistake? Oh, that's wide by Groby. That's going to bring Neptune back into the equation. Neptune having a look on the inside at Druids. Oh, Groby's gone way too deep at Druids. Just manages to close Neptune off. It's been pretty nip and tuck between these three for quite a long time now. Oh, Groby didn't have a good run through Surtees. That's allowed P&K a bit of breathing space again. On board with Neptune. Up Hawthorne Hill. Aston's tyres, the Aston eats its tyres, but no, that was not a good run for Neptune then. And I saw a puff of dust kick up there from P&K Z4, so I don't think he had a good run through Sheen Curve either. That's allowed Groby to close him back in a little bit. And the roof of HFO not able to capitalise. Oh! That's HFO running too deep at Clark and bouncing off the wall. Oh, he's certainly gonna struggle to close that gap back down. 9 seconds. Cool, blimey, that's a big time loss for HFO there. And again, Z4 versus Aston Martin. Oh, and that was an impact by somebody. Who was it? Whoever it was managed to continue. Roby's still holding Neptune off. Unbelievable how long he's maintained this pressure for. 6 laps remaining. Hawthorne again. Just see that reload that's ahead of him. I think that is. That is indeed reload that's slightly further up the road. Let's see what reload's last time was. 1:27.4. So reload's losing time against this chasing pack of 3. Oh, P&K's run too wide. That's going to give Groby a run on him. Oh, P&K made his BMW very, very wide. I mean, the circuit is pretty narrow at the best of times. So, oh, and that's HFO's losing position against Franco Droz. Franco Droz is a man possessed at the moment, trying to close down the lost time ahead of him. But HFO, I think his tyres are well and truly dead. And he has lost that 7th position to Franco Droz. Oh, Reload's in trouble. Reload's down to 6th. Just as I look away, this battle did indeed become a 4-way battle, and oh my goodness me, the Aston having to go quite wide to avoid an impact. The camera getting very lost then. Groby, P&K and Neptune all elevate the position. I think the McLaren tyres are well and truly gone. That puts P&K back into a podium position. On board with Neptune once again. Neptune able to maintain a tighter line through Hawthorne turn. Oh, goodness me, Groby trying to jump on the inside. Westfield, that's... Oh, oh, my goodness me! Neptune wonderfully weaved through P&K and Groby, and has Groby's gone past P&K as well. So the Z4s have essentially completely swapped round. Wonderful manoeuvre there by Neptune. Oh, come on, camera, don't lose him now. Groby's still close enough to keep the pressure on the Z4. It's just a different Z4 this time. Oh, that was a big slide, though, through Clark Turn. Rito is losing time against this lot hand over fist as well. 5 laps to go, rather. Oh, Groby struggling to keep the Aston under control coming through Paddock Hill Bend. Druids. Looks like Neptune's able to get a little bit of distance. Can he get some breathing space? Can he run off into the distance to keep that podium? This is the battle for the final podium position. And Rito is still falling away. Look at, just saw him at the back of the shot. There he is. He is falling off the back of this pack. Something awful. Neptune, Groby, P&K. Coming through Hawthorne. Westfield. Oh no, Neptune now is the one that's thrown it away. Groby is back up to 3rd place. The Aston has worked his way back into 3rd position. Neptune couldn't keep the Z4 under control and has thrown away a possible podium here. Groby then finishes the lap. That's put Neptune way off the back of these two. Is he going to be able to close them down with 4 laps remaining? He's still in contention though. If these two tangle, it could well bring Neptune back into play, but he's going to have to hope on a mistake of that ilk. As Groby now has got a bit of breathing space between him and the Z4s behind. Considering this track is not well suited to the Astons, we could still see one on the podium. Wonderful stuff. Oh, look at this! Franco Droz! He is not far behind at all. Whilst this lot have been battling, Franco Droz has just got the hammer down. And could well gain another few positions. 3 laps remaining. Groby keeping about 1.5 seconds between him and P&K. Neptune is keeping in touch with those ahead of it. He is closing that gap down. Oh, P&K's run wide at Sterling. That's going to be advantage Aston then. Absolutely. Steady pace and consistency is helping Groby no end. And look at that. There is the other Aston of Franco Droz on very shortly on Relo's case. But still, the Z4 of P&K not letting that possible podium go. Neptune hasn't given up either. Through Surtees again. Very, very tense moments here for these three. And looking back at Franco Droz there, they've just come through Surtees. On board with the Aston. Down Pilgrim's Drop. Into Hawthorne. Right on the McLaren's case. Oh, Franco got very out of shape at Westfield. I think that was partly due to Relo not able to keep the pace through that turn himself. Through Sterling, the three ahead are pretty settled into their rhythm. 6th place then, possibly for Franco. He's looking. Oh my goodness me! That's a late lunge by Franco Droz. Impact between him and the McLaren. That was a very, very ambitious move. He did make contact with the McLaren, and on he goes in. He has taken that 6th position. Realistically, he might have to consider giving that one back, as he did have impact with the McLaren, but he is in that 6th position for now. And on he goes. Roby on the penultimate lap. Leader has yet to start. The leader has just started the final lap. Roby still in that podium position and has got a bit of breathing space between him and him and P&K. P&K guarding against Neptune. Let's just keep an eye on where our leader is. He's just gone through Druids down towards Graham Hill. Groby didn't get a good line. That was someone hitting the wall. Is that someone facing the wrong way? No, I just saw lights there. I wondered if that was someone facing the wrong way. Where is Danchi? There he is, going through Pilgrim's Drop. Groby coming around Clark to start the final lap. Got himself a couple of seconds between himself and P&K. P&K under pressure by Ease Neptune. Coming up to Pilgrim's Drop, but not quite. P&K taking the inside line to defend it. Where is Danchi? Not there yet. P&K and Neptune coming up to Druids. P&K defending well. Where's Danchi? There he is. Barely looked at him all race long. The incredible performance of Danchi has given him the win here at Brands Hatch. The Z4 of Danchi. Here is your 2nd place man in the McLaren. Quite some way behind. Let's look at the battle for the final podium position. There it is Groby, P&K and Neptune then still under pressure. Where is... Oh, Anana's around there somewhere. Oh, P&K again fighting very, very hard to keep Neptune behind him. Here comes El Nano then to cross the line to take that 2nd position. Flash of the lights. And why not a well-earned 2nd position for El Nano. And here he is then. It's Groby in the Aston to take that final podium position What a valiant effort by the Aston Martin. Fourth place goes to, if I can find him, there it is. P&K just managed to hold off Neptune for that fourth place. Neptune 5, Franco goes cross the line in 6th position. Relo in 7th in the McLaren. And everyone else, I think, is actually lapped. Morvik has already crossed the line. Steph is registered in 9th. He's crossed the line as well. HFO, we saw having battles early on. And there he is. I think it will be the last of the runners. Here he comes then. Oops, very nearly turned in too much and smacked the wall. That's HFO. It's jumped back to me for some reason. HFO takes that 8th position as more people come across the line. Morvik elevates his claims at 9th. Steph 10. Phantom Hamster is already across the line in 11th. Arak 12th in the McLaren. And Pino finishes his race 13th and last position. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for staying with me through this race. That is the penultimate round of this particular season. So come and join us next time for yet more AOR action. Tomorrow night we have the Endurance League right here on my stream. But for now, thank you very much. I will see you next time. Thank you very much and good night.